sure to check out Agelessgeeks for your figures and collectibles. This video and YouTube channel is rated PG-13, so that means this channel is not for anyone under the age of 13.
So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the PC Toys Neo. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at this box, which is pretty nice actually. So on the front of the box here, we do get a nice image of the figure with the Matrix coating in the background. On the top says PC Toys, and then on the bottom says number PC014, so I'm guessing this is the 14th figure they've ever made. But this is the first time I ever heard of this company. The bottom of the box here says Neo, same thing on the top, and then both sides has the Matrix coating. Now on the back, we do get a few promo images, and then we do get the warning and blah 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 stuff that nobody cares about. And this is also made of a really strong, durable cardboard, and I'll show you what the inside of the box looks like. You have styrofoam there, remove that, and then you have the figure and some of the accessories. I'm guessing underneath is where the weapons are. So that is the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at Neo, or some guy that kind of looks like him, but not really. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look at the one Neo here, and PC Toys is a pretty good company. I've never purchased a figure from them. I think they made a few of them. I think this is their 14th figure, and this thing is really nice. Especially, I think they are a third-party company, and if they are, I love this figure, and this thing is dope, and I'm kind of surprised no other figure companies have made Matrix figures besides McFarlane back when the movies were releasing. So, starting it off with the elephant in the room, of course it does not look like Keanu Reeves. I mean, maybe on some angles, not too bad, but it really does not look like him at all, which I understand because you need licensing in order to use an actor's face, you know what I mean? So I do understand that, and I'm sure some customizer is going to make a Keanu Reeves head sculpt for this figure specifically. But for what they did with the head sculpt, with it not looking like Keanu Reeves, they did a nice job with it. The eyes both painted looking in the same direction. I liked the little bit of stubble they added on there. That turned out really nice, and just really clean paintwork all throughout the face there, even where the skin tone meets the hair. And the hair turned out really nice too, very nice sculpt all throughout it. So definitely dig the way the head sculpt turned out. And the neck and the head is all just one piece. We even have, looks like a little bit of shading on the neck as well. So big plus to PC Toys for that. Then the torso here, I like how you could see some of the muscle definition under the shirt there. I definitely dig the trench coat. And I do like that they use cloth clothing. The trench coat is probably one of my favorite parts to the figure here. It does have bendy wire running down the sides. There's none in the collar, but then you have bendy wire running down this piece along with that piece, and then the bottom as well. So it definitely does have some good pose ability to it, and the size of it is great too. And you can remove it, which is also awesome. And you can see his harness with the gun holsters, and they kind of made it out of like a pleathery type material, which isn't too bad. And the shirt here is like a stretchy type material. One thing I don't like is how they did the neck where it connects into the torso, because where the joint is, the actual neck bumps in to the neck on the body. So that is probably one thing I don't really like about the figure. You can see it's kind of pushing up some of the neck over there, so just be cautious with that. But even the tailoring to the cloth clothing looks really good, especially on the trench coat here. You might see some threads popping out here and there, but all you gotta do is just cut it off. I do like the belt. They made it out of the same material as the harness. We have like an actual buckle on there, which is pretty cool. Then we do get this other belt on there as well with an actual buckle. Also, there's the back there with the belt on the top and the bottom there. Oh, that bottom belt looks like it's velcroed. And that belt is connected to another strap that is wrapped around the thigh right there. That looks pretty cool. The stitching looks great though on the pants. We get some pockets here. I don't know if you could actually use these. I think you can. It might be actual pockets. Not sure though. It's just on the left leg though. The pants do look pretty good. The boots look a bit cheap with the way they did the part of the boot that goes up the leg. They use like the same material as the harness right there, and it just, I don't know, there's probably one thing I don't like about the figure, but with them doing that, you get awesome ankle movement with the figure, which we'll go over later. But we do have a few straps and actual buckles on the boots right there, which is pretty cool. So I do dig the way that look. And then the feet themselves look dope, man. Very nice stitching right there. Whoever stitches these does a really nice job, man. On the bottom of them, we do get a little bit of sculpted treads, which is pretty darn cool. So overall, for this being a third-party company, which I do believe they are, I think they did a sick job with this Neo, minus the face sculpt not really looking like Keanu Reeves at all, but the cloth clothing and the paint and sculpt, beautifully done on the figure, and I'm pretty damn impressed with PC Toys so far, and I am hoping they make some more characters from the Matrix, because I will buy every single one of them if they turn out like this Neo figure. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, this Neo is included with a ton of awesomeness. We just get a bunch of weapons and 2 of each. One thing I do wish they included was some alternate facial expressions. We just get the one head sculpt, which is pretty disappointing, so I wish they included at least another head, so we at least had 2 different facial expressions. But what they did include to kind of make up for it was a pair of sunglasses, and then of course we do get all the dope weapons there. So we do get these sunglasses here. Come on, focus, you bloody bastard. There we go. And it does look exactly like the Neo glasses he wore in the first movie there, and they did a pretty damn good job with them. I like how it's more of a shiny black on the lens there, and then the rest of it is more of just a regular black. And I'll show you how to get that on and what it looks like shortly on Neo. Then we do get a pair of handguns here, and these look great. A really nice job on those. Very realistic looking as well. And do we have holes? Looks like there is peg holes in there, so maybe you could use a Mezco gun blast effect on these. So we do get the 2 handguns, and you could holster a few of the weapons on Neo. Then we do get a pair of Uzis, the extended mag hanging out there. And these also turned out really nice. I like the little gold that they added on for the screws or whatever those pieces are, and then I like the added silver paint there. I like how the grip is black, and then we do get that gunmetal grayish color for the rest of the gun there. Really cool looking Uzis. So we do get a pair of those. And then we do get a pair of the submachine guns. I forgot the name of these guns here, but these are probably my favorite included with the figure. And they are connected with a strap there. And it's the same type of material we have for his harness and gun holsters. But these turned out really nice, man. The weapons for Neo here look great. I like how there's black. It's not just one color. There's black and then the gunmetal color. And you can remove the mag on these guns here. Whoops, that was out of frame. You can see the bullet on the top there. So that is definitely pretty cool. And you can wrap this around his neck, which I'll show you shortly as well. And then we do get a pair of assault rifles. I believe that's what these are. And once again, I like how there's black and the gunmetal gray color mixed throughout it. And you can remove the mag on this as well. You can see the bullet on there and everything, and they stay in there. They're not going to fall out or anything like that. Then we do get straps on these, and these are made of more of like a basic fabric. So definitely some awesome guns included with Neo. And like I said, they do have a very realistic type look to them, and I'll show you how to get on the glasses and holster some of the guns right now quickly. Alright, so the way you holster some of his weapons and get on his glasses. Now for the glasses, make sure these pieces go above the ear like how you would actually put sunglasses on. Whoops. And these can pop off real easily when you're articulating the figure around. So just keep that in mind. You don't want to lose these because they are very small. But once you have the glasses on, just makes the figure so much more badass and just looks awesome, man. Really dig the way that looks there. So that's how you get on the glasses. Now for the weapons,
The harness holsters, you could either use this for the Uzis, or you could use them for the handguns. Another thing you could do with the handguns is tuck it in his belt right there. So you could do something like that. Well, not in his belt, but in his pants right there. You could tuck in the handguns there, and then you could holster the Uzis in the harness holster. But I feel like it's not really going to fit in there that well. Because I use these mainly for the, I mean, you can get them in there, but I think the harness holsters look much better when you have the handguns in it, and I feel like that's what it's meant for. I feel like that looks so much better compared to having the Uzis in there. And then for the submachine guns, they have the strap here, so you could do it just like how he does in the movie. Put the strap around his neck. Damn collar, get out of my way, you bloody bastard. Just get it under the collar. And then you could have him with these submachine guns ready to go as well. So we do get all of that awesomeness, and then we finally get 8 alternate hands. And starting on the top right here, we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging. Then we do get a pair of trigger finger hands. Then we do get a pair of gripping hands, which is meant for him to grip onto the other end of the assault rifle. And then we do get a pair of open palm hands. And they did a very nice job with the sculpt detail. And then the paint, you can see they added some nice shading on the top of the hands. So that is definitely greatly appreciated. Now, the hands are easy to swap out on the wrist joint. The only issue is the wrist joint pops off with the hand every single damn time you try to swap the hands. I'll show you what I'm talking about right now. And this is what I mean when swapping the hands. Now if you try to pull off, as you can see, the joint just pops right off with the hand. No matter which hand you have on, it's always gonna pop off with the hand. They didn't make the peg tight enough where it connects into the hand where it stays in there, so it's just always gonna pop off when you try to swap the hands. What I do is I kind of try to grab onto the ball peg, and there you go, it pops off the joint there. So that's how I get the hands to swap out. I mean, when the wrist peg pops off with it, you can try to just pull it out of the hand like that, but it might be a bit difficult. So besides the face not being entirely accurate, looking like Keanu Reeves, this is really my main issue with the figure, is how the wrist joints constantly pop off with the hand every time you try to swap it, and it does it with every single hand. But like I said, it's easy getting them on the actual wrist pegs, so that's a good thing, but it's also not a good thing how the wrist joints pop off with the figure. But like what Daredevil 19 always says, it is a good thing when it's easy to swap the hands on the figure, because you don't want to risk breaking a wrist joint on your new Matrix Neo figurine. But anyway, that is the awesome accessories included with this Neo. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of the one to the very top of his hair. It looks like he's just shy of 6 inches and 1/4 inch tall. And then here he is compared to the Mezco 112 Netflix Punisher, the Mafex Chapter 2 John Wick, the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes, and the Articulated Icons Shokin, the Heroic Martial Artist. And you can see he scales pretty well with other 6-inch scale figure lines. And then here he is compared to the Dasen Model Saitama, the Mafex Justice League Superman, the Mezco 112 Silver Knight Batman, and the SH Figure Arts Sane Raised on Earth Son Goku. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectibles Sector, the Marvel Legends Retro Series Deadpool, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku, and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for Neo's articulation, and he has really good movement. The one point of articulation, as I mentioned before, that I really don't like is the neck. It's just one joint, because as I mentioned before, the head and neck is all just one piece. So you can get Neo to look up just about that much, and I'm not a fan of the neck and head being all one piece, because you really don't get good movement at
that lower neck joint there. And you can't really get them to look down, which is pretty disappointing. The pivot, really not too much pivot there, and then it does swivel as well. So pretty bad movement at that neck joint there. And then we do get a torso joint and I believe a waist joint. Yep, waist and torso. So with both those joints, crunches forward pretty good. Not the best, but definitely decent. And then going back, doesn't really go back too much. Slight pivot at the torso. Really no pivot at the waist, but you do get some swivel at the waist and then a little bit of swivel at the torso as well. Then for the arms here, we do have a butterfly joint, but it's a vertical one. So the arm moves up and down a little bit, which is pretty good. There's no butterfly joint that goes horizontal, so it's just an up and down butterfly type joint. But you can get his arms out to the sides almost all the way, so that is dope. They do go up and down. We do have true bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that pretty much bend in all the way. Then the wrists are ball hinges, so they do swivel and then they hinge back and forth. Now for the legs, Neo can kick forward pretty much 90 degrees, definitely good enough. Really doesn't go to the back at all, so I wish it went back at least a tiny bit there. Then let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it. And with the way the pants are, you're not going to be able to get him to Van Damme it, but kicking out one leg, he can definitely Van Damme it. It's just, you don't want to rip the pants by forcing both legs out to the sides there. And then we do get a very nice hip or upper thigh swivel there. We do have double jointed knees that bend back all the way, and that is awesome. And then we do have a ball peg or a barbell type joint. It's a barbell type joint at the ankles, and you get beautiful movement. Look at that. Look at that beautiful ankle articulation. As I was saying, the boots look ugly from the ankle up, but as I said, since they did that, you get great range with the articulation here. So it does swivel, hinges up really well, hinges down extremely well, and then you do get a very nice ankle pivot there. So overall, this Neo, not the best articulation, but very nice movement. And I hope if they keep doing Matrix figures, they do improve on some points of articulation, mainly the neck there. But you're going to be able to get this Neo into pretty much any type of the one like poses, and I'm about to show you some of these awesome poses right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the PC Toys The Matrix Neo. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure with detail, I'd give it a 7.5. Articulation, I'd give it an even 8. Accessories, I'd give it an even 9. And then the overall quality, I would give a 7.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, so you can check out Agelessgeeks.com, and when you check out, use code name Daredevil, and you will get yourself a bit of a discount. If you can't find something on their website, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. You get a very nice image of the figure on the blah, blah. But this is the first time I'm hearing of them. There's the top, says Neo. Same thing on the damn it, that's the bottom of the box, not the top. Get your ups and downs right, damn it, Daredevil 19. Chapter 2, John Wick, the Hasbro Marvel Legends. What? What the heck was that? Moving on to the Poopy Poos. And starting on the top here, we do get a pair of grab onto the actual ball peg. Whoops, that didn't work that time.
So I just made myself look like a liar. Guessing the guns and stuff are all underneath. That doesn't look too good. Jesus, man. Come on, PC Toys.